Getting Amitabh Bachchan on the show has always been my pleasure. Not just because he's a mega star. What? He is the only superstar who justifies his existence in the Indian film industry. Moreover, he is a very nice human being, always down to earth. So, welcome him on the show.
Thanks for having me. How's it feel?
Good. I hope this time you talk. So, Mr. Bachchan, last time we had discussions during the KBC show, and after that you had so many films with your beard look.
No, my age is deliberate. It's 60, 61 now, and it's the first time I've reached there. So obviously roles that are commensurate with my age are going to come my way. It's interesting because earlier on you are kind of bound by the Indian commercial escapist cinema format, and the leading men dare not do anything different. But it's wonderful to get an opportunity to do that now.
You did Mrityu Data, got a very poor response. Then you did Major Sahib, Chote Miyan Bade Miyan, which also got okay kind of response. Don't you think that you chose wrong kind of movies?
To go away from the film industry, so to say.
You never answered to the question. What made you stay away from the movies for 5 years, which is a big gap? And interestingly, nobody knew about this. What made you do so?
I just felt that maybe I needed a break. Maybe I needed to stop work. We had a pharmaceutical company going. And I was given to understand that financially I was secure. And therefore I could take it easy. Maybe do a film in a year or 2 years. Time to relax, be with the family, travel, move around. And that's what I did. But I think that in hindsight, I should not have taken that decision. I feel that 5 years was too long a gap to have kept myself away from the film industry, and then to come back and expect nothing to have changed was a little too ambitious or too presumptuous. A lot of water had flown, and I was obviously not in contact with the water that had flown past. And therefore, all the choices that I made, all the decisions that I took were horribly, horribly wrong. And the results are there for everyone to see and acknowledge this fact. So I think in one way, having kept myself away from the film industry was wrong. But in another sense, to be out of the country for very long spells of time, whether it was running a TV station in New York or in London, gave me a lot of independence, gave me time to spend by myself, even though I still am trying to repair the financial damage that I went through during that time, even now.
What you told that you had the advice that you are financially strong enough.
Yes, I think the advice given to me was wrong.
Then you came back and tried ABC, which was a big failure. Although the idea was good looking into the market, but the execution was poor.
Yes, it does, because we never produced a film in our life. And then to start this corporation, which has a vision of the entire entertainment industry, and get it working and get it going, and was also, I think, a little too ambitious. Maybe not so for me per se, but I think that I should have kept a lot of people with me who knew the job. And I did make early attempts to do that. But the concept was too new and too far-fetched at that point of time for anyone to take interest. The people that we employed were not from the film industry. They were people from other walks of life. They knew corporatization, but they did not know the corporatization of the entertainment industry. And perhaps that's where we made our mistakes.
Again, if we talk about the Miss Universe contest, it was a big controversy, as it was first of its kind contest held out of India, and it was shown internationally. Here also you were given an impression that this is going to be a big success and resulting in a big financial profit.
I was given an impression that it would be a financial success. But when we saw the books and the accounts at the end of the day, it wasn't so.
Mr. Bachchan, during a tenure of 10 years, I heard there were many instances where you were told to go ahead and you will be taken care of. But at the end of the show, end of the day, all was over.
Right. But as a philosophy, that's not too bad. I think creative people should really concentrate on their creativity and let all the nitty-gritties of finance and management and dates and public relations and press and media be handled by other people. Maybe I didn't construct something, or maybe my brother, who was in charge of all this, decided to now live out of the country and be on his own, which was a fair decision. It was a joint decision. And perhaps I was unable to gather another team together which could either replace him or be able to understand me the way perhaps he did.
I will like to talk more about your low face, but before that, let's take a break. Don't go away, we will be right back.
नमस्कार राजेश बाबू।
नमस्कार सर।
कैसे
नमस्कार।
हैं? कुछ एसी वेसी ऑन कीजिए, बहुत गर्मी कर रखी है आपने।
एसी होना सर, पंखे भी होना है, टेम्परेचर ही इतना है, क्या करेंगे? 47, 46 के करीब होगा।
एसी और पंखा ऑन होने के बाद में ये हालात। कमल बाबू उठिए, इनका फटाफट काम कराइए जरा, समझे कि ना? अरे आओ भाई कमल बाबू, हो गया इनका काम?
जी हो गया।
अरे राजेश बाबू, एसी काहे बंद कर दिए हैं?
यूं ही तिवारी जी, ठंड सी लग रही है।
ठंड? ये कमाल है मैजिक कोट का। सर्दी गर्मी का रिमोट मैजिक कोट। अब इसका आप देखिए असर। आइए अब हम आपको दिखाते हैं मैजिक कोट। ये है हमारा मैजिक कोट। आप बैठिए जरा यहाँ, हाथ लगा के देखिए। देख रहे हैं कितना ठंडक महसूस हो रहा है। अब वहां देखिए, अब यहाँ हाथ लगाइए।
ओह माय गॉड, वाह क्या डिफरेंस है यार।
ये है हमारा मैजिक कोट, एकदम मैजिक की तरह काम करता है। चलिए, ये प्रोडक्ट ऑफ एनर्जी इनोवेशंस एंड सॉल्यूशंस। किसी भी तरह की इंक्वायरी के लिए नीचे दिए गए नंबरों पर संपर्क करें।
Welcome back. We were talking to Mr. Bachchan. So, Mr. Bachchan, we were talking about the low phase period of your life. You never talked about the bad thing that happened to your life during that low phase period. ABC was one of the episode, and at the same time your career was also on stake. How many debts you had that time?
Close to 90 crores.
Okay.
And a lot of it was with government institutions like Prasar Bharati, Doordarshan. A lot of it with banks, financial institutions, personal loans, and some of it were erroneously guaranteed by me and Jaya personally.
Why?
This again was done because, well, the management said this is a done thing and nothing will ever happen. Personal guarantees are never executed. Obviously, we came to know later on that this was a lot of junk.
I learned one time your house was also attached.
Yes, it was in fact attached. All assets, all properties were attached. So when you sign a personal guarantee, then you are personally liable to pay that. And so there were about 90 crore rupees to be paid back. There were about 55 legal cases.
55?
Yeah. And there were creditors on the door every day. Very embarrassing, very humiliating. People whom who had wanted access to AB Corp or access to meeting me, and who were kind of excited by the fact that they were associating themselves with the company and with me and Jaya, suddenly changed their expressions on their faces, became very hostile, became very humiliating and rude. The media, obviously, picking up facts and adding that bit. So all in all, not a very good picture.
How many films you had in hand at that time?
I had no films.
None of it.
And I had no money. And I was bankrupt. And I had debts of 90 crores, which were really belonging to the company.
Did you see any way out?
No way out at all.
Then you had something like Mohabbatein. How did this happen?
I got up at 4 one morning and I went to my office and I sat on my desk and I said, what is it that I can do best? And I felt that I could act. So I thought that I must get back to acting. And I walked across to my dear friend, Mr. Yash Chopra, who lives just behind my house. And I said, I'm out of job.
Early in the morning?
Yeah, and I'm out of job. Give me a job. And he, within a minute, said, I have a film called Mohabbatein, and we have a role for you. And would you work in it? I said, fine. And that's how things started.
Oh, really? And the other films? Did they come post KBC or in between?
I think perhaps taking the lead from Mohabbatein, perhaps because of the fact that Yash Raj Films was such a huge name, things started materializing soon after. I think KBC also had a substantial amount of credibility that flowed over to me. And a combination of these things got me going again.
Any lesson from that low phase period?
It taught me many things.
Like what?
Most importantly, it taught me what finance is all about, what money means. Believe you me, I knew nothing of what money was, what finances meant. I still don't know it. But at least I'm in control of whatever I do financially. I'm not doing terribly well on how to manage my finances, but whatever I'm doing, I'm satisfied with what I'm doing.
You do it yourself?
And I do it all myself, and that's a big high.
You had so many ups and downs, Mr. Bachchan, in your life. Let's start with the movie Anand. And then, how many flop movies after that?
I forget.
At least a dozen, let's we say. Then 1982 when you got injured. Then Woforce. Then AVC. So many bad years. Which period do you think was the worst in your life?
Tough to say.
Don't you think that you had more bad phases than the good phases in your life?
Yeah, I guess that's my destiny, and it's written. I guess it'll happen, and who knows, something worse may happen even now.
And you are still pessimistic.
Yeah, because, you know, life isn't smooth all the time. It gets okay, then it gets rough again, and that's what life is all about. But, you know, let's not philosophize on that. Yes, these phases have been happening in my life and have been happening at regular intervals. And with each new episode, the severeness seems to go up. I guess it's God's way of wanting to test me, of how I'm going to face this situation and whether or not I'm going to succumb to it. I'm happy that He gives me the strength along with the problems that He gives me. But, you know, I really want to tell Him that I've had enough and maybe He should stop now.
Thank you, Mr. Bachchan, so much for coming here and spending your valuable time. So you saw how Mr. Bachchan responded to all the queries I had, and he responded so honestly. Thank you very much.